What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are pre-gaming. Just wanted to come on here and pre-game with you guys. Hop in the Discord. Link is in the description. Come join me here in the Discord. Come join me on YouTube. Those of you just joining, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. The New York Knicks are back. Wait for more people to hop in here. Get those notifications on. Make sure you hit that bell. So every time I go live, you can see when I am live. Pre-gaming. Saturday night, pre-gaming. So the Knicks are back. They had a lot of days off. Tony, what's going on? Appreciate you, man. Tony, what's going on? Appreciate you in the chat, Tony. Look, 3 days off, right? This Knicks team should be well rested against this Sacramento Kings team. And the Sacramento Kings are playing better as of late. And look, the Knicks have had 3 days off. They are fully rested, I would think, right? Josh Hart is questionable, but I'm going to assume he plays. That we know. And Sacramento side, De'Aaron Fox is questionable, but I'm going to assume he plays as well. Dan, what's going on? What's going on in the chat? Just wanted to come on here, pregame with you guys. Little impromptu pregame. Appreciate you guys hopping in on this impromptu live stream. Going to be probably up until game time. See how many people hop in here. But we back, man. We back. This Knicks team has had, 3 days off, right? I missed this team. Nice little break, though, in January. This Knicks team needed it. Sharon, how are you? Let's go Knicks, Sharon says. Yes, let's go Knicks. Look, Knicks, Sacramento Kings. Sacramento's coming in here. Feisty group ever since they fired Mike Brown. So the Kings are without Mike Brown, but Doug Christie is filling in and has done an admirable job. And the Kings have been playing better as of late. Like I said, De'Aaron Fox is questionable, but it seems like he's going to give it a go. If not, that probably has come out already. I'm going to try to get you guys updates as I stream. But Josh Hart is questionable. Like I said, I think he's playing. He's a game time decision. I'm pretty sure Josh Hart is going to give it a go because, just precautionary. They had to put the questionable tag on Josh Hart. So, like I said, look, Kings, they could score. Sacramento could score. They average 117 points per game. Knicks, 116.6 points per game. Rebounds, Sacramento. Sabonis is down there grabbing every single rebound. So him and Karl-Anthony Towns are, I'm not sure where Sabonis is, but him and Karl-Anthony Towns are, neck and neck in terms of rebounding per game. Okay, Cat is, I think, second now with 13.9, and Sabonis is at number one, I believe, in the NBA at 14.4. So Sabonis is going to be a guy that you circle and you want to watch that matchup because, look, on any given night, he can get you 20 rebounds. He can score as well, but, he's a good player, right? Steals, Kings get the edge. Blocks, Kings get the edge. Turnovers, Kings love to turn the ball over. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. That's where the Knicks can take advantage of. Will this be a game where Sacramento comes in here shooting ice cold, or will this be a game where Sacramento comes in here and shoots the lights out? Obviously, we want it to be cold, but lately we all know this Knicks three-point defense hasn't been up to par, and it got better versus the Nets, but Sacramento's a totally different level than the Brooklyn Nets. So they got to bring their A game, right? And this is not one of those games where you can just come in here. You've had 3 days off is a long layaway. Like you've had a couple of days to get right, get your body right. You practice a day, you practice one game, but it's not like a gimme, right? You gotta win these games at home, and Sacramento is one of those games where you look at it on the schedule and you should beat them in Madison Square Garden. But like I said, they are playing better as of late, and obviously De'Aaron Fox is a monster. He could score with the best of them. Sabonis is the monster down low, and we just have to, hope that this Knicks team can pull it out. Dis Rover, what's going on? Pre-gaming, man. Pre-gaming. Not sure how many. Look, I just decided to come on here like 20 minutes ago. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing. I'm bored right now, so I want to come on live stream and talk to you guys. I want to come on here and, chop it up before the game. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. And tonight is a big one, I think, because, look, you've won 2 straight now. You have to, keep the momentum going because the schedule is tough from here on out. It is tough. And you want to get these games especially where you've had 3 days off and you're well rested. So, Dis Rover says OG gonna put 34 tonight and put up 6 for the next 12 games. Dis Rover. Knicks have practiced, this Rover. Knicks have practiced, man. They practiced. They practiced. Tom Thibodeau said they practiced a little bit. But Sacramento, you want to limit. The thing about Sacramento is this guy right here, man, Sabonis. You got to limit him. You got to limit him, man. He's a beast. Second chance points. Sacramento's really good at garnishing second chance points. And I think this Knicks team can ultimately take advantage of, they're not really a great three-point shooting team, but on any given night, Fox can get in the paint. You have Sabonis down there. Keegan Murray is a good young player in this league who's up and coming, who's playing well for them. So, it's not going to be one of those games where you can just come into MSG and just automatically chalk it up to a dub. I mean, we've already had some of those games this year, and those games have resulted in losses where we think we can just walk into MSG and we're home and we can win. You gotta win, in my opinion, in the rebounding, especially the offensive rebounding, because Sacramento is one of those teams that can get after it. The 3-point percentage, you want to see where the Knicks fall. You want to see where they fall. Whoa. All right. My thing isn't working. Oh, well. Am I still live? My internet just went cuckoo really quick. I think I'm still live. I'm still good. Nostalgic says, okay, and I respect the hustle. Yo, Nostalgic, I got to come on here pre-gaming. We all know I do the post games. But like I said, I was bored 20 minutes ago. I was like, you know what? Let me just talk some Knicks, man, because obviously we haven't been on live in, 3 days. But, it's Saturday night and, I'm home and I'm waiting to watch our Knicks. So I can't wait for this one. Dawn says, who's your X factor on the Knicks tonight? Good question, Dawn. Good question. Who is my X factor on the Knicks? X factor on the Knicks tonight. Let me go back to the screen share because something else was, I don't know what happened there. I'm going to say Brunson has a big night. I'm going to say JB has a big night tonight. And look, we know Cat is dealing with his thumb injury. I think he's like 1-9 from 3 since returning from that thumb injury. I'm going to say JB has a big night tonight against the Sacramento Kings. But ultimately, we're going to need someone off the bench to provide a spark. And, Campaign has been providing that spark for us. So it's going to be, a team effort at the end of the day. But I think JB is going to 40 tonight for JB. 40 tonight. Give me 40 tonight. He's been playing well. And look, shout out to JB. Shout out to Karl-Anthony Towns for, being announced as the all-star starters. First time since, Clyde and Reed. I mean, so long before we were born. Like it's before I was born. Excuse me. I don't want to, excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't want to, age anyone before I was born. So that's the first time I've seen that in my lifetime. So Brunson, Cat, congratulations on becoming an all-star starter. Even though this year is going to be a funky setup between the all-stars, I think it's going to be like a 3-on-3 tournament. So it's not going to be your typical 5-on-5 like East versus West. It's going to be 3 versus 3 versus 3. I don't know. But Dawn, my X factor, I think, is going to be obvious answer. I know, but I think it's going to be JB tonight. I think JB is going to have a great game. And, I actually want to see Deuce also come in off the bench and have a good game, because what we've been seeing is lately Tom Thibodeau has been pairing Deuce with JB a lot, and obviously he's been coming in off the bench with Campaign. Thibodeau loves those lineups, and those lineups are bearing fruit. It's one of the Knicks' best lineups that they're putting out there. You have Payne, Deuce, Cat, and Champagne. The duo of Campaign or Brunson, either or. What I'm trying to say is Deuce McBride at the 2 spot. The Knicks are elite when it comes to Deuce McBride at the 2 spot when he's playing alongside JB or Campaign. So, yeah, I mean, I honestly think I don't want to overlook the Sacramento Kings, right? Let's go to the Sacramento Kings schedule, because I know they've been playing better. Sacramento Kings. Knicks go on this little West Coast. They welcome in all these West Coast teams. All right, so before the Denver loss, they beat Golden State, Washington. They beat Houston, who's one of the best teams in the Western Conference. Chicago. They beat Boston a couple of weeks ago. So they have quite a few, great wins on their docket since the firing. I mean, look at all these W's since the firing of Mike Brown. Look at all these W's. Kings aren't a pushover, guys. And I go to the Denver loss. Let me just go to the box score so we can get a sense of who's coming in with them, who's providing them a spark. So you got DeRozan, you got Fox, right? But this is why I think JB is going to have a good game, because I'm going to assume they're going to throw either Keegan Murray at JB or Malik Monk on JB. And obviously they're going to throw Keon Ellis when he comes in the game on JB, because he's one of their best defenders. I'm not sure if their starting lineup has come out yet, but yeah, they're going to throw a lot at JB. But in my opinion, JB can take advantage of everybody. So Malik Monk, he can get hot on any given moment. Malik Monk can get hot on any given night. Like it's the way this Knicks team is playing. It has been, playing in terms of their 3-point defense. That's a problem. So you got Trey Lyles off the bench. Doug McDermott. Man, Doug McDermott. How many years has he been in the NBA, man? Shout out to Doug McDermott, former Knick. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Kevin Huerter. And then the big dogs, man. DeRozan, Fox, Monk, Sabonis, Keegan Murray, who's, I think is going to be a really good player in this league. And, look, they got shooters, right? You don't really have to worry about DeRozan in terms of his outside shooting. He doesn't really like to take threes. De'Aaron Fox loves to take threes. Keegan Murray will hit threes if he's open. And Malik Monk, like Tony says in the chat, he loves playing in MSG. And they got a squad, man. Look, they're 23-21 out in the West. So this Knicks team has their work cut out for them. They do, because once again, they're deep, but we can take advantage of it, because even though Keon Ellis is one of their best defenders coming in off the bench, he's not really a scorer. He's not really a scorer. He will hit the occasional three, but Kevin Huerter, I think he's been out of the rotation, but they're another team who plays their starters a lot of minutes. Like, they're 4 big dogs, Fox, DeRozan, Sabonis, and Murray and Monk. They play quite a bit. I think Fox is up there in terms of minutes per game. Every time I look at the Knicks minutes per game leaders, you see De'Aaron Fox up there, so he will play a lot. But, he's been dealing with a thumb injury, so you don't know if he's going to be efficient or not. But he's got a squad. OG going to put up 34. I got a feeling he going to cook. This Rover says, I like the Payne Deuce lineup. Yeah, this Rover, that lineup has been bearing fruit, man. That lineup of Deuce, Payne, and whether it's a combination of either Mikal or obviously you have, Precious. They love playing Karl-Anthony Towns in that lineup as well. Then you have, a combination of either Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby, and you can just mix and match. And Tom Thibodeau has been going to that lineup more, and I would expect more of that tonight because, in my opinion, look, we've had 3 days off, right? We should be well rested. We should be well rested, right? But at the end of the day, we got to play the game. And I can come on here and say we can be well rested and this and that, and then we come out flat. But I don't expect that. I expect this Knicks team to come out with aggressiveness, be assertive, and I expect them to come out with a spark. They haven't had 3 days off in a while, and that matters. 3 days off matters. So these guys in the Discord just keep on coming in here and posting their player props. So yeah, join the Discord, guys, and just link in the description. By the way, I'll be on there talking, throughout the game, speaking about, the game. Tony says they got to come out strong and want it more. They do. Latoria, what's going on? Just coming on here. 7:07 game time in 20 minutes. Josh Hart, I think, is playing. Josh Hart popped up on the injury report with a knee injury. So, but I'm assuming, Josh Hart is available. So great news. Josh Hart is playing. And De'Aaron Fox is playing. So it's pretty much everyone's a go in this game, right? Everyone's a go. And I kind of want to talk about OG Anunoby because someone asked me who my X factor is, and I said Jalen Brunson, but I really want to watch OG Anunoby tonight. I think tonight can be a really great game for OG Anunoby. I think tonight can be a really sneaky, one of those sneaky games where you look at the box score and OG Anunoby has 25 points and is playing amazing defense because, I'm sure OG is going to be on DeRozan for a majority of the game, and I'm sure Mikal is going to be on Fox. But I think OG Anunoby can get back on track tonight in terms of his efficiency. Look, it's been, on and off for OG Anunoby. His efficiency, his three-point shot has been on and off. His mid-range stuff has been off. So I think OG Anunoby can have one of those big games. I know I said JB, but I ultimately think, look, Kings, if anything they don't do well is they're not really a good defensive team, the Sacramento Kings, right? So, Yuri in the Discord, you'll ban these bets, yeah. But yeah, Sacramento, they could score, right? They could score, but I think the Knicks can take advantage and have one of those big offensive showings. I think the Knicks can have one of those 30-plus assist games, and I think this team can just, have a big coming out party from the three-day layover. And like I'm feeling kind of like a 10-plus point win from this Knicks team. That's what I'm feeling, right? I just feel like this Knicks team needed a recharge. I just feel like this Knicks team needed a recharge. And they got it in these last 3 games. Now, first quarter can come around and they look flat, and I could look like an idiot. But I think this Knicks team just needed a break like this, and they got it. So I think in 20 minutes, I think this Knicks team is going to come out with a bang. I truly do. It's going to be a shooting night for us. Tony, yeah, man, I agree. Nostalgic, please no cardiac Knicks today. Oh, man. Yeah, nostalgic. Please no cardiac Knicks today. Please. Post-game, obviously at 10. After the game, right after the game, catch the post-game. I'll be on here talking about the game. And I think JB can have one of those monster games. I do. Look, the guys just got announced for the All-Stars. Once again, congrats to the guys, and that's a huge accomplishment. I think they want to come out here and and lay the hammer. I truly do, because after this game, I mean, we could take, obviously this is a pregame, but we could take a look at this Knicks schedule. It gets tough. Yeah, Tony, we can't let them out rebound us, man. We can't. We gotta box out Sabonis. Sabonis is that one guy that can kill you on the boards. You know, you got Sacramento, Memphis, Denver, Lakers, Houston. That's tough. You know, you've won 2 in a row, 3 in a row. Let's get another streak going. Let's get to 30-16. That's amazing. That's amazing, honestly. If this Knicks team can win tonight and get to 30-16, you know, going into Monday versus Memphis, who was also another tough opponent out west, and just keep on, you know, winning these games in Madison Square Garden. You got to take advantage of this heavy home schedule in the month of January. You got to. You know, we've lost to Minnesota, Detroit, but we got to start winning these games at home. And, you know, we beat Atlanta, and I think we can do the same tonight for Sacramento. Let's get it popping. Let's go. Let's go, man. I'm excited for this one. I am. Fox is averaging 25 a game. Sabonis 14 rebounds. And he's also dishing the ball, too. So they're using him as a high screener. They're kind of using him in the cat role, right? They're passing it to him at the top of the key, and he's finding everyone. Leading the team in assists as a power forward. That's impressive stuff from Sabonis. So you got to watch Keegan Murray, too, because the Knicks can come into this game with a game plan to stop Fox and a game plan to slow down Sabonis. Keegan Murray and Malik Monk can hurt you in many ways. Keegan Murray can shoot the heck out of the ball, especially Malik Monk. So you got to watch those two, and I will be watching that. But Keegan Murray can hurt you in many different ways. He's a young, talented player. And look, he's only averaging 12 points this year, but I still think he could hurt you in many different ways. So spam. All right. Shoquan says that De'Aaron Fox out tonight. I think he is playing, Shoquan. He is playing. De'Aaron Fox is playing tonight, so that should be a battle. And, you know, Fox is one of those players that can obviously drop 40 on any given night, but his efficiency is like on and off, right? So, obviously, he's dealing with a thumb injury. He's going to take a lot of threes. Whoa, where am I going? So, the thumb injury has been bothering De'Aaron Fox, right? If you look at his last 3 games, 0-5 from 3, 0-3 from 3 versus Golden State, and 3-10 at Denver. So, in my opinion, sag off of him a little bit and let him shoot, right? Let him show you that his thumb is feeling better, because he's been inefficient in terms of shooting the ball. And look, he's dealing with a thumb injury. So, in my opinion, I would try to dare him to shoot. You know, he's such a gifted player, Fox is, and he can score in many different ways. Mid range, he can get to the paint at will. I mean, he's an awesome player, but I would try to let him beat you from behind the arc, and show me that your thumb is feeling better, because I don't think it is. And it's kind of like the Cat situation, where I'm sure they're going to be daring Cat to shoot, because I'm sure everyone's looking at those numbers from Cat, you know, coming back from his thumb injury. And I think he's only hit one three, but dare Fox to shoot, but you got to be careful, man. I really want to see how this Knicks team defends him in the pick and rolls. And I think Mikal's going to have that assignment to start. They're going to cycle through OG Anunoby and Mikal, but OG's going to get the DeRozan assignment. So, look, Fox can get in the paint and kick it out to his wide open shooters in Monk and Murray. And DeRozan doesn't want to shoot threes. He doesn't. You know, he's such a assassin in the mid-range game that, you know, obviously he's going to get his points no matter what. But occasionally DeRozan shoots his corner stuff, his corner threes, but DeRozan really doesn't want to shoot threes, DeMar DeRozan. So, look, you got to box out tonight. You got to watch Sabonis in the paint, and you just play team basketball. And I really do think this Knicks team can come out on top and win by 10 plus points. I know, even if it's 1 point, a win is a win. But I think with these 3 days off, guys, I think if any team at these 3 days off, look, this Knicks team before these 3 days off, they were tied with, I believe, the Magic on playing the most games in the NBA. And that's probably even out now after these 3 days off, but they needed a recharge. They did. And if they come out in the next 15 minutes and, they're flat, it could be, it's possible. Look, they haven't played in 3 days. But as the game goes on, I fully expect them to, get in their rhythm and win this game. I honestly do think this is going to be one of those games where, OG's balling out, Mikal's doing his thing, Cat is, doing his thing in terms of, rebounding the ball, boxing out, Sabonis. And I really do think JB can have a great game against this Kings team because Keon Ellis, great defender for them off the bench. But we all remember the meme last year where JB caught Keon Ellis on the meanest fake. Pointed out a pick. Keon Ellis looked for the pick. JB went the other way and scored. So, look, obviously we know there really isn't anyone in this league that can guard JB. Obviously they're going to try to make it tough on him. But a refreshed JB tonight, I think it's lookout. I truly do think it's lookout. Tony says we should have had Monk on this team. Tony wants Monk. Papi Kilo. Is TJ Warren coming to take Shamit's minutes? TJ Warren or Okiki, right? Okiki's playing well. So the Knicks have to, try to figure out if they're going to sign Okiki to a deal or Warren. So Okiki's been playing well. Top has been playing well in the G League. So, or they can make a trade in these next couple of weeks, guys. That we don't know. But TJ Warren is a name to watch because obviously he's a veteran. He can score. We know what he can do. But, it's just a matter of if this Knicks team decides to go a route of making a trade for another wing at the trading deadline or giving someone a chance that is within the organization. You got Okiki in the G League. You got obviously Toppin, but I doubt it's going to be Toppin. I know a lot of people want Toppin. Or you have, Warren, like you said. So it's going to be interesting. It is. Or Shamit. Don't forget, guys, Landry Shamit, look, I know he's been, like, if you look at his 3-point field goal percentage, it's bad. It's bad. It's not Landry Shamit. Like, you can tell his shoulder is bothering. And look, he's coming off a big shoulder injury. And Shamit normally shoots like 35 to 40% from three, right? And this year he hasn't, like when he's coming in the game, he plays hard. I love his tenacity on the defensive end, but if he's not going to give you anything from three, and when he shoots, he's been missing. I think he's like 20% from three. And I know he just came back, so maybe the Knicks want to give him some playing time and get him into rhythm, but he hasn't really been providing anything from three. Yasir, hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Yasir or Yasir or Yasser. No trade, please. I want Mitch on the team. I don't think they're going to trade Mitch. I don't think they're trading Mitchell Robinson because you're trading him at his lowest value right now. And look, if there's a trade out there, a lot of trades that I've been seeing have been like Mitchell Robinson getting traded for, a wing, or Mitchell Robinson getting traded for Valanciunas, something along those lines. And I'm just sitting to myself like, why not just see what Mitch is? Why not just see what Mitch can give you, right? At the end of the day. So, and he's under contract for the next for more years. So I don't think Mitch is going to go anywhere. I don't. E-Money, let's go Knicks. Let's go. Game time in about 10 minutes. You New York Knickerbockers are playing the Sacramento Kings. I think this is going to be a good game, guys. I think we're going to pull this one out. I really do. Shamit doesn't shoot when he's in, Tony says. Tony, Shamit doesn't shoot when he's in because he doesn't have confidence in his shot. He doesn't have confidence in his shot right now. I'm trying to go to Landry Shamit. Landry Shamit, because I want to show you guys his stats this year. And look, he does a lot of things well, man. He gets after it on defense, right? Look, he's averaging 2.6 points a game off the bench. And I just want to show you guys his threes. He hasn't made a three since the OKC game on January 10th. And look, his minutes have been sporadic. He hasn't been consistent, right? So that's kind of unfair to him. But even before that, guys, look at his game log. Look at his game log. He's hit 1-3 in the month of January. 1-3. So his shot is just not where he wants it to be right now. It's off. His shoulder's bothering him. You know, it's unfortunate, but you just hope that snaps out of it. But it will be in the Knicks' best interest to upgrade that position, right? It would be, in my opinion. Look, we thought Shamit was going to come on here and, you know, obviously he got hurt, man. He got hurt. Sucks. That's a tough injury. Same injury Randall had, and he was out for the year. So, he got hurt. We want to build a statue of Mitchell Robinson outside of MSG. Yeah. But Tony says, Mitch, I hope stays healthy. He's going to be big for us. Yeah, Tony. Look, it depends where you lie on the Mitchell Robinson spectrum. But, you know, obviously we'll go through some trades during the podcast on Sunday, tomorrow. But, you know, we're going to go through. So tomorrow we're going to do a podcast, go through some fake trade scenarios. Some trades where I think the Knicks should make, and Chris is going to come up with his trade scenarios. So it's going to be a fun episode tomorrow at 9 p.m. Make sure you guys tune in. Hit the notification bell, by the way. Appreciate you guys. Smash the thumbs up button. Look, Knicks game in 8 minutes. Hey now, but yeah, tomorrow we're going to go through, you know, the fake trades that we think will help the Knicks, or they can just stand pat and just hope Mitchell Robinson can come back and promote from within. You know, sign a TJ Warren, Okiki, maybe give him a shot. It seems like Daddy A is not really going to get burned this year, unfortunately. That's the trend. So, but you know, Leon Rose and his front office is going to be scouring the market. And if they think a trade is out there that they can make and that can improve this team, I think they're going to do it. Because some people are saying, look, this is the year before the year. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good, but, you know, if the front office sees something out there that can help this year, why the heck not? Anything can happen. Boston don't look the same. Cleveland just lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. Anything can happen. It is the NBA. Anything can happen, guys. You know, after everything that has gone on this season, look, we haven't beaten good teams, this and that. If we win tonight, we are 30-16 on the season in a great spot. And we know I don't believe in Cleveland. Like, I still don't. Playoff time, it's a different animal. That stakes go higher in the playoffs. Boston don't look the same. Maybe they're bored. I don't know. Maybe they're bored. They're still a great team. But anything can happen. So, Nostalgia says, right. The front office isn't waiting on the fans talking about staying pat. The championship window is now. E-Money says Boston whooping Dallas right now. Yeah, 87-66. Look at that. Yeah, they are. But you get what I'm saying, guys? Like, if this front office is going to make a trade, if they were going to stand pat, you know, if they make a trade, they think this year is going to be, it's wide open. Obviously they're limited because the Knicks are in the first apron. So, but they're not just gonna make a trade to make a trade, right? They're not just gonna trade Mitchell Robinson for someone else's problem, or maybe they do. But there's some stuff out there that I'll talk about tomorrow that I think the Knicks should dabble in. But that's kind of like a tease for tomorrow's podcast episode. Nostalgic says Leon always makes a trade at the deadline. Last year, we didn't expect him to make the Bogdanovich and Burks trade. He did that, right? JB and Cat started on the All-Star team. Shout out to the boys, man. Shout out to JB and Cat. First time since Walt and Frazier and who else? It's been so long. Sorry. I said it in the beginning of this episode. Someone say it in the chat. Once again, I'm bad with names. And Reed, right? Walt and Reed. So, great. Obviously, those two are having an amazing season. And we just, the years that we have been waiting for a damn point guard on this team, and we got one. And it's just honestly amazing right now. Amazing. Thank you, Latoria. E-Money, what's going on with OG's offense? OG, I didn't know he was going to ball out tonight, guys. I feel it, man. I do. Obviously, if he looks, look, 3 days off is a lifetime in the NBA. And I think the guys are going to come out blazing, get out early, and let's get going. Let's win this game. Let's do it, man, because I think, you got to take advantage of this home cooking. You got a few games here in MSG that you need to win. Like tonight, I think, is a game where you got to win. And obviously you got Memphis coming in. And no, it's Walt Frazier and Earl Monroe. Excuse me. So the last time the Knicks had two starters was back in 1975, Walt Frazier and Earl Monroe. Thank you, Nostalgic. But yeah, 1975. 1975. It is 2025. So congrats to the guys. Guys, enjoy the game. Let's go, Knicks. Nostalgia says give OG the ball first. Let's go, man. Give OG the ball. Let JB cook. Let's go. Let's get this win. I'll be back at 10 o'clock doing a post game. Come on the post game. Hit the notification bell. As always, I'm Anthony. Enjoy the game, guys. Let's go, Knicks. Let's do it. Enjoy the game. Catch you guys next time. Peace. Tonight, be on the post game. Later.